Ehiwai. This is Indian rice grass, or mountain rice grass. It grows all throughout the desert, through the foothills, down towards the valley. This is one of our foods. It's a little black seed that's gathered usually between around July. But like all our plants, you got to keep an eye on it, make sure when it's ready to harvest. They would harvest this plant by using a seed beater and a winnowing basket, or a stick for a beater. Or they would also sprinkle a little water on it and do like a flash fire on it. They would burn it so the seed would fall off and all the white skin on it would burn up. So the only thing left would be the seed. Like all our seeds, this would be ground up into a flour, so it could be made into either a mush or add to other seeds. Why? Even though the seed is so small, it was one of the important seeds to gather for the food supply throughout the summer and the winter. You only have a small opportunity of time to gather these. Usually you want to gather them before they start actually falling out of the plant. And with all plants, it grows up to different altitudes. Each one would schedule their opening at a different time, from lower altitude to higher altitude. So you got to go, when you go out and start identifying your harvest, you want to keep an eye on it, check on it periodically, so that you know when the seeds are getting ready, and you want to gather it, just so that you're not picking it up, trying to pick it up off the ground. As you move the plant around, you don't want the seeds to fall out. You want it to be somewhat secure within the plant, within the Y. Long time ago, the women would use the winnowing and the seed beater, and they would hit it into their basket, getting all the seeds that way. That's when the seeds are ready to fall out of their little shell covering, this little white part on the seed. If you don't have a seed beater, you could use a stick to also knock it into the basket. If you don't have a basket, you can get some kind of flat container to knock it into also. By gathering, they would cut the plant, and if the seeds weren't coming out of the Y, out of the plant, they would cut the plant and take it home to process at home. They would store it into a burden basket and go along, just cut the plant from here and gather the top part where all the seeds are. When they take it home, they could process it either by burning it or even rubbing the little white fiber across over the seed, rub that off. Then all that would be left would be the seed. When you cut it and gathering this, you want to cut towards, not all the way down to the base, this is where the seeds start. This, if you would take it home and process it at home. The stage, when it dries out a little bit more, if it's not too green, you could light fire to it and burn off the little husk around the seed. One of the other process is the rubbing process. When the seed is dry enough, You can rub the husk off it, and you'll see the little black seeds. When doing the flash burn or burning the Y, long time ago they would make a flat spot in the dirt. Usually it's a harder soil, so it's more compact. And they would lay their Y on that and burn it. Then scoop it up with the winnowing basket and separate the seeds from the ash and the sand and whatever else in there, just having the seed remaining in the winnowing basket. For now we're going to use, since we're up here and our earth is too sandy, we're going to use the mata for underneath our seeds. Before burning, you want to sprinkle a little water over it and then light it on fire. And from here you would winnow and separate the ashes and the stems from the seeds. If it's too green, the little husk around the seeds won't burn off. They'll remain on it. So you want to get it where it's just right. And the little husk will burn off the seed and be ready to either store or grind into a flour. The reason why we put the water on it is when the Y is too dry, it'll burn up too quick. It'll just be one big old flame, and it's just an easier way of controlling the fire on the Y. After you did all your work of gathering and cleaning, your Y is ready to be ground up into a flour for storage. Marosto, to grind. Keep the seeds between the mata and the tusu. Usually too, you could put a paper sack around your mata, so when the seeds fall off, you could pour them back onto your mata. Or newspaper or a paper sack or cloth. After you get your Y into a flower, when you add water to it, it'll have like a clear glaze to it, and it will also be just like oatmeal or any other seeds that are ground and made into mush. Like all seed plants, all our foods, always give an offering, give something back to Mother Earth, and in appreciation of the foods and the gifts that Mother Earth gives us.